Okay, we're going to start some practical problems on algebra, patterns, rules, equations. We're going to start using the word function. Okay, let's look at the problem. Let's see if we can look at it here like this. See if I can read it. We're going to do number 1. It says Michelle has 2,000 pounds in a bank account. Each week she deposits a further 120 pounds. A, explain why the amount of money in her account after n weeks is given by M, capital M, equals 2,000 plus 120 n pounds. B, how much money does she have in her account after 3 weeks, 6 months, and 1.5 years? Okay? So n is going to be given for weeks. Okay? And the reason it says 2,000 is why? Why does it say 2,000 plus 120n? Let's begin there. Okay. All right. I know that some of you are clicking your pens and hitting the paper with your pens, but it's distracting. Okay. So if you could stop doing that and understand we're trying to do this, film this, and we don't need distractions. But I appreciate that very much. Okay? Excellent. Thank you for your cooperation and your support. Well done. Okay. Now, so we're going to write the equation on the board. Okay? The equation is going to be M equals 2,000 plus 120n. Now, what's that going to be? What are we going to call that? What are we going to call that? Okay? Let's put it in some reasonable, I'm looking for a marker. Let's put it in some reasonable terms. Okay? So what are we going to call that right now? Let me get a marker. I'm beginning without a marker. Wait, hold on. What are we going to call? Bring me that marker there on the board, please. What are we going to call this right here? What are we going to call that? What are we going to call it? Thank you. Anybody? What are we going to call it? No? What is it?
Function.
This is actually the function. Okay? That's the function. Yes. I mean, the whole thing could be the function. You'll say the function equals this, but that's the function. In other words, if you have a black box, and I put n, and I get out m. This is called the what?
Input.
Very good. This is called the input. This is called the output. Right? Am I on the board?
Yes.
Okay. This 2,000 plus 120n is the function, right? What else can you call that? That's the number cruncher, right? I think in section B they called it the number cruncher. Takes the number and it goes to the output, right? Yes? We have a visitor. We're filming here, so don't say anything too terrible, okay? We need a visitor. He has a gift for one of our students. Wonderful. He is the president, director, and Royal His Highness of the Physical Education Department. Excellent. Okay? So, and he's running Movember. Excellent. Excellent. Yes. He's also French. We love the French. God bless the French. Our hearts go out to all French people all over the world. French people, excellent, especially Parisians. Okay, they're having a little tough time over there. Okay, so
30 seconds will be done. I'm sorry to be...
Not at all, Mr. French person. Excellent. Excellent. So this is the inside of the machine. the guts is called the function, okay? This is called an equation, isn't it? Isn't this called an equation? Isn't it? Isn't
Good luck,
this?
Mr. T. Have a good day.
Thank you very much, Mr. Julian. Appreciate it. This is called the equation. Isn't it? What else do we call it besides an equation? The book says this. You see, there's a language problem here. I think this is kind of like a book from the UK or something, or because some of the language, the verbiage, is a little different from what I grew up with. I'm from the United States. Okay, we called it an equation. We call this the function. Okay, it's called a rule. Don't they say the word rule? Do they? Don't they? They say rule, right, Constance? Yeah, they call it rule. They'll call this what? Starts with a P. Pattern. How do you spell pattern? Excellent.
No.
E-R-N. That's a terrible R. It's a terrible R. I make R's like Mrs. Pileski made R's when I had English as a 9th grader. She used to say my R's are not good, so that's how I would make R's in writing. I never learned how to write script. You know what I mean? I can't do that. You know what I'm talking about? I can only print. I do a print writing kind of weird thing on the board. Okay, now, so what is the 2000? What's the 2000? Look at your book, read the problem. Yes, Constance?
The money she has in the bank account.
Yeah, that's the original amount, right?
Yes.
Original deposit, right? Isn't it? That's the original deposit. What's N? What's N?
The weeks.
What is it? Weeks. Is that weeks on the film? Weeks?
Yes.
Okay. What's 120? What's 120?
The amount she adds every week.
Yeah, the weekly deposit. Excellent. What's M? What's M? Yes. My God, did you hear that? That was well said. What word did he use? I was trying to figure out what word would be best to use. He said the current amount, right? Or after n weeks, but whatever the current account is, right? In a year, now this is 2016, right now, you're 8th graders, I'm a year older, right? Isn't that current? Because we're there? Yes? This is current amount in account. Isn't it? Yes? It's the output, right? Add number of weeks, blah, blah, blah. Correct? You okay with that?
Yes.
So that's the answer to A. Pretty involved, isn't it?
Yes.
You want to take your time with these things. Trust me when I tell you, on your test, you will have to explain things like this. Now, is there an essay here? Is there an essay? No. But is this a reasonable explanation?
Yes.
Did I communicate it well with arrows? Did I communicate it well with verbiage that's common to our way of expressing mathematics? Of course. So I wrote it here. I wrote maybe in one color. I wrote another color here. I wrote another color here. Equation, rule, right? Makes sense? Do you understand this? Now, let me put the burden on me, not you. Am I being clear? Yes or no? Just to shake the head. You don't have to raise your hand. You don't even have to speak. Just go like this for no, and this for yes. So you can really, you can really confuse me. Now, you understand? Just shake your head, okay? If you understand it, okay? Will you stop that? Okay. So now, I'm going to erase this. I'm going to stop the film, and I'm going to make another video on part B. Okay? Yes?
Yes.
Excellent. Okay. Video is over.